The TV1 News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Good evening and welcome. This is TV1 News. I'm Maricela Keleton.
And I'm Tracy Pa.
In this edition, IRC queries mining companies' tax. PM comes clear on infrastructure grants. And PNG runner to run at the US meet. Prime Minister James Marape will be flying off to Japan tomorrow to attend the 10th Pacific Island Leaders Summit, or PALM-10, from July 16 to 18. He will be joined by representatives from the 18 Pacific Island Forum member states. The meeting will set the course towards a more sustainable, resilient and prosperous future for the region. The PIF member countries attending are the Cook Islands, Federated States of Micronesia, Fiji, Kiribati, Marshall Islands, Nauru, Niue, Palau, Papua New Guinea, Samoa, Solomon Islands, Tonga, Tuvalu, Vanuatu, French Polynesia, New Caledonia, Australia and New Zealand. The Internal Revenue Commission has discovered a concerning pattern among Papua New Guinea's leading mining companies. A review from 2013 to 2023 revealed that none of the 5 major operational mines examined have paid any dividend withholding tax, despite a significant increase of over 389% in mineral export receipts from over 9,071,200,000 kina in 2013 to 44,216,600,000 kina in 2022, as reported in the Central Bank's quarterly economic bulletin reports. There has been no dividend paid to the shareholders of these mining companies. The dividend withholding tax, mandated at 15% on dividends distributed to shareholders, serves as a crucial indicator of corporate profitability and investor returns. IRC Commissioner General Sam Coim expressed serious concerns, raising questions about the profitability of the companies and how investors derive returns if dividends are non-existent. Coim states it defies logic that mines continue to operate while failing to compensate shareholders for their investments over the past decade. Furthermore, he says if mines are paying their shareholders, how are they paying them? Because it's not paid as a dividend. This discovery raises questions about the financial health and transparency of these mining companies. The lack of dividend withholding tax payments suggest that either the companies are not generating sufficient profits to distribute dividends, or they are finding ways to avoid this tax obligation, potentially depriving the government and shareholders of crucial revenue. The IRC is auditing several mining companies to ensure compliance with the country's tax laws. Prime Minister Marape said that Papua New Guinea will benefit from a total economic value chain of 53% from the new Porgera mine in the first 10 years of the total of 20 years of the mine's operations. Prime Minister James Marape said the 53% include all benefit streams such as royalties, equity, compensation and local content, amongst others. In terms of equity ownership of the project, PNG parties own 51%, with 36% is owned by the national government through Kumul Minerals Holdings Limited, 10% owned by SML landowners and is including the subject of further discussions, and 5% by the Enga provincial government. Marape said that this makes the new agreement for the project a far better deal than the past agreement. The Prime Minister assured the landowners that the national government and the Enga provincial government have always advocated for a greater ownership and benefit sharing arrangement for landowners, EPG and PNG parties. Marape said the new Porgera agreement, which the government struck with Barrick, is for a total of 20 years. However, the potential for benefits from the project could go beyond that period. The CDA negotiations have been going on since last month and are expected to be complete soon. After the successful conclusion, the documents will go through the government process for vetting, especially in terms of fiscal commitments. Fiscal clearance will be done by the Department of Treasury, while legal clearance will be given by the Office of the State Solicitor. Once that is done, it will go to the National Executive Council for final approval before implementation.
Prime Minister Marape has clarified that the 700 million kina commitment from the national government to the Porgera special mining lease landowners is an infrastructure development grant and not a cash benefit. The Prime Minister made this statement this week in Wabeg in response to the SML landowners' query on where the funds were.
The special mining lease landowners and other parties to the Porgera Project Community Development Agreement are in Wabeg to negotiate benefits sharing arrangements from the mine. Prime Minister Marape briefly called in at the meeting where he made this statement. Prime Minister Marape said the resettlement of SML landowners had been an issue in the last 30 years and was one of the major reasons for the government's refusal to grant the SML to Barrick initially. He said it was therefore the government's priority to ensure that the 700 million kina infrastructure development grant funds were spent on infrastructural development relating to the resettlement of the SML landowners, amongst other infrastructural development projects. Marape appealed to the landowners to be considerate and to fairly distribute benefits to all impacted communities for the sake of project security. He said all landowners and impacted communities would sacrifice their land and resources to enable the mine to operate. Hence, it would be fair and sensible to at least share some benefits with communities that would be affected.
It was an overwhelming day for teachers and students of St. Benedict's Technical Vocational Training School in Madang Province. Governor Ramsey Pariwa accepted their invitation to visit the school. He traveled there today and shared some of the plans he had for the institution.
The St. Benedict Technical Vocational School, located in Danep along the North Coast Road of Madang, is run by the Madang Catholic Archdiocese. On Saturday, the 6th of July, they received Governor Ramsey Pariwa to the school campus. He enlightened staff and students of the potential partnership with the provincial government in improving the school's standards. The first was replacing the old school truck, which he did so when he traveled to the school with a new truck, alongside school principal Edwin Dimi.
May receiving this one time, this opportunity, may sangat play, lo making one commitment. So, may want your commitment, lo buy one the car,
Governor Pariwa learned about the courses being offered at St. Benedict's TVET School and the challenges the school faced. He offered assistance from the provincial government where it was really needed. St. Benedict's offers 7 courses: carpentry, motor mechanic, plumbing, welding, tourism and hospitality, agriculture, and recently taught fisheries.
There is a challenge and a need that lies in the institution that we need to address, and such authorities like me to be invited so that I can understand.
Another bonus for the school is that it's strategically located in close proximity to the proposed multi-million kina Pacific Marine Industrial Zone at Vidar. There is an opportunity for the school to arrange with the developers and have its graduates consider for specific trades when the PMIZ becomes operational. The governor explained to students what plans his government has, including reviving the livestock sector in Madang. A memorandum of understanding has been signed with the Livestock Development Corporation to establish an abattoir or processing facility at Sagalau near Madang town. This will enable local farmers to sell livestock at added value and potentially boost the internal revenue of the province and livelihoods in the process.
I'm going to build, or we are going to build, and then that facility will be there. We need people who are skilled to go and work in there, who knows what to do.
The staff of St. Benedict's TVET made a submission to the governor for further assistance from the provincial government, requesting assistance in other infrastructural and development and programs they would like to embark on. Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
You're watching TV1 News. We'll have more stories when we return. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
He loves the Maroons. He loves the Blues. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bungim Yumi.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier but you like it more.
Papua New Guinea. We love a reason for a family gathering. A reason to play. A reason to ignite the flame. A reason to cook the best with the best. Flame oil, now PNG made for PNG cooking. Flame oil, winning taste.
As part of the Port Moresby Nature Park's Trees for Life campaign, the club actively engaged in gifting trees to various communities, schools and churches. Last week, the club presented trees to LaSalle Technical Secondary School, the University of Papua New Guinea Poroman Hall of Residence, the Catholic Theological Institute and Pacific Adventist University. 70 trees were gifted over these 2 days. The club is committed to continuing this effort by distributing trees to selected schools, churches and communities in the future. The initiative aimed to promote restoration, raise environmental awareness and enhance the beauty of Port Moresby through the distribution of trees. By providing trees to these institutions, the club contributed to the preservation of the environment and fostered a sense of responsibility and stewardship towards nature. The Port Moresby Nature Club expressed gratitude for the opportunity to make a positive impact in the community through their Trees for Life campaign. The Minister for International Trade and Investment and member for Yanguru Sausia, Richard Maru, has blasted the East Sepik provincial government and its administration for failing to upgrade and maintain provincial roads.
The prolonged rainy season in East Sepik province for the past 5 months, the two provincial roads, Tengeri to Koibabas and Kusang to Mabe, and the entire provincial roads including Maprik, Wasaragawi and Ambunti Drekiki districts have been deteriorated to the point where the people are walking long distance to access basic services. This has prompted MP Maru to call on the local government to explain the progress of the roads.
Sepik province, since the start of this year, we've had rains for the last 4 months, 4 to 5 months. All our provincial roads, even our district roads, have really gone bad.
Maru said the open members only received 2 million kina from the 10 million kina DSIP for roads, and that money cannot fund the provincial roads, which is the responsibility of the provincial government.
Cannot expect us open members to use our 2 million DSIP to maintain the roads of East Sepik.
Maru said East Sepik is the biggest cocoa supplier in the country, and farmers need good road access to transport their cocoa. Hence, Governor Baird must come out clear and explain to the people where the funding to upgrade the road is put into.
It is the biggest single cocoa producing district in the entire country. Last year we produced a record 14,000 metric tons. How is it that the farmers who produce this cocoa, who are generating the revenue, their roads are not being serviced?
Governor Baird in response said the East Sepik provincial government has not received funding for provincial roads since it took office until today. He said the provincial government has received 19 million kina a year for infrastructure grants. This funding was fairly distributed to 28 LLGs for the maintenance of all LLGs infrastructure. Baird said the province has around 500 kilometers of road networks, and it is not possible to spread the money that far. Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
Lois Killer was celebrated on July 10th for her 27 years of dedicated service to the Salvation Army in the PNG SI territory. As the child sponsorship coordinator, she managed IVA's academic sponsorship fund, ensuring officers' children received essential support and opportunities. Colleagues, including several former territorial commanders, honored Lois for his skill, efficiency, kindness, and significant contributions to the organization's mission. As she retires, her legacy of unwavering commitment and excellence will be deeply missed. The Salvation Army PNG thanked her for her faithful service to God and the Salvation Army and wished her well in her retirement. The Kutubu local level government has assisted Baguale Primary School and Baguale Sub-Health Center in Kutubu with solar lights. The presentation of more than 50 solar lights was done at Baguale Primary School on Sunday, July 8th.
Baguale village in the Ward 18 council area of the Kutubu local level government in Nipa Kutubu district of Southern Islands was the proud recipient of solar lights. Thanks to the Kutubu LLG President John P. Kila, Mr. Kila bought and delivered 50 solar lights at a cost of 48,000 kina to light up the village, especially the school and the clinic. Speaking during the presentation, Mr. Kila urged the people to take ownership of these services as it will benefit not just them but their children to come.
By powering all school beginning, lo making study, and night all master lo light, lo using this one. So lo dormitory na kona, okay na kona by machine this la iron, cement, okay the something with paintings.
Mr. Kila stressed the importance of education and health in the area and urged them to keep healthy to enjoy the wealth of the resources in their area. He also reminded the people of the coming LLG elections, urging them to make good choices in order to see more services.
So member put him half of them. 200,000 member put him. 200,000 and member put him. You not put him half of member. So me camper walking. One block, big block, double classroom here.
Meantime, village elders thanked President Kila for the infrastructures. The elders also thanked Santos for its continuous assistance in different areas.
Something you making into the Kutubu LLC. While before past time, President will stop looking at only making most of what you making. Me to Hamu Hospital. Thank you.
Ingat lang di church long Pangia dari again. Mendi misa ko punim church ya one plaman ino sa look sa lo mikla. Or sending back set lo mikla ta so mi kan punim sa lilik church long. Pagwala ya you looking naging priority equal money long all. Natla church kimi lo em one kay long church lo mi so mi ka ti palmas.
Thank you lo. Honorable Dr. Billy, member of the Kutubu, Minister for Defense. Me like to thank you. Also, you know, Lucy Pagola. Pagola, yes, Sambla give me pig alive. Sambla sabot him you. Now, beg him. You know, you may work in classroom. Me got people Hamas. People got people Hamas.
Meantime, President Kila also committed to do maintenance of the Baguale Sub-Health Center and assist the churches in the area. The Baguale Sub-Health fencing will cost about 300,000 kina, while the maintenance of the aid post will cost 1.5 million kina. The funding will come from the Kutubu local level government. Freddy Mo, TV1 News, Baguale, Kutubu.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2595 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2520 US, $0.3708 Australian dollars, $0.2255 euro, and 40.42 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, coffee, cocoa, and copper closed higher. Palm oil and crude oil closed lower, and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. We'll have news making headlines overseas after these messages. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Open hands.
Enjoy life together, making happy memories that last forever. Karen talk young or old, a scale rice family meal with toast. We'll bring out the smiles, cause it's a favorite by miles. Seni sigolo scale rice, low scale price. Seni sigolo scale rice, low scale price. But you like him?
Beauty is my business, but beauty sure is a tough game. Filters are great, but great skin, better. And that's why my skin deserves the best. So I choose self-care, soaps that gently nourish my skin, resulting in a radiant look, made with tropical ingredients. I trust self-care from City Pharmacy, so bring it on! My skin is ready and so am I.
Welcome back. In regional news, Jeremiah Manele and Charlotte Salwai, Prime Ministers of the Solomon Islands and Vanuatu, are in China this week. Their visits come as Beijing seeks to grow its bilateral ties with the two South Pacific nations and as China is competing for influence in the region with Australia, the US, and others. Recently, China donated a presidential building to Vanuatu while Australia and New Zealand inaugurated an airfield in the Solomon Islands. Despite a failed attempt to push through a regional security pact with 10 Pacific Island nations in 2022, China continues to seek opportunities to increase its influence in the Pacific. Australia Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has appointed the nation's first anti-Semitism envoy amid the ongoing Israel-Gaza conflict.
Vandalism at electorate offices like this one in Melbourne has been on the rise for months. Graffiti and smashed windows leaving Labor MP Josh Burns distressed.
Australia was a beacon of diversity, of opportunity, of multiculturalism, and over the last 10 months that really has been challenged.
Members of the Jewish community whose children are worried about wearing their school uniform in our capital cities. That's not acceptable.
The Prime Minister today meeting with Holocaust survivor Yvonne, as he appointed Sydney lawyer and business leader Gillian Siegel as the nation's first anti-Semitism envoy.
Anti-Semitism erodes all that is good and healthy in a society. As such, it poses a threat not just to the Jewish community, but to our entire nation.
The 3-year role will see her advising the Prime Minister and promoting education and awareness of the issue. The Attorney-General pleased.
Is criticism of Israel anti-Semitic? It absolutely can be. Not always.
Support too for the role from the opposition, but a call for further action.
Judicial inquiry into anti-Semitism at university campuses should be the next thing which is undertaken.
A big rise in Islamophobia has also been reported in Australia in recent months. The government says it will shortly appoint a special envoy to address that too. The Prime Minister says today's announcement was brought forward so Ms Siegel can attend a global conference on anti-Semitism in Argentina.
We're just deeply disappointed and frustrated that we have not been formally consulted on the appointment.
We need to be vigilant to protect our tolerant and peaceful way of life.
A message spoken in a museum remembering the Jewish past.
In the northern Israeli town of Kiryat Shmona, most residents have fled as the fear of war with Hezbollah takes hold.
The Israeli city of Kiryat Shmona is on the front line of near-daily Hezbollah rocket attacks.
זה המקום שהרקטה פגעה.
Israel has responded with thousands of airstrikes into southern Lebanon. Hezbollah says it won't stop until the war in Gaza ends.
On this street alone, there have been at least 10 direct hits from Hezbollah rockets. Some homes have been hit twice. Nearly everybody on this street has now fled.
Just 2,000 people from a population of 24,000 have remained in this city. One of them is Tamir Davidovich, whose family was also evacuated.
לפני שבועיים נפל לידי טיל ליד האוטובוס
חששתי, אבל המשכתי לעבוד, אין לי ברירה אחרת.
Israel says security needs to be restored to the north and is planning for a possible invasion of Lebanon.
משהו, אי אפשר להמשיך בצורה הזאת. לפי דעתי, רק במלחמה אנחנו נפתור את הבעיה הזאת.
Just hours after we left the city, another barrage of Hezbollah rockets was shot there, and Israel responded with strikes back into southern Lebanon. Here in the Lebanese village of Habaria, Anwar Issa shows us the site where he says 7 volunteer paramedics were killed by an Israeli strike earlier this year. Israel claims it struck a military building.
وين السلاح؟ احنا عم نحكي عن مدنيين 100%. ما في أي أثر لأي برودة صيد حتى.
Half of the population of this village has fled, but Anwar and his mother won't leave. And as we're filming, another Israeli bomb drops. The pair is also waiting for war. A looming threat as both Hezbollah and Israel strike harder and deeper into enemy territory.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has told Russian President Vladimir Putin that the deaths of innocent children are painful and terrifying. Modi made the remarks moments after being welcomed to Russia by Putin and came a day after a deadly strike on Kyiv's main children's hospital. A UN human rights group says it's highly likely Russia was responsible for the strike. India has not condemned Russia's invasion and has taken the opportunity to buy record amounts of discounted Russian oil as sanctions have decimated Moscow's trade with the West. India is experiencing one of its hottest summers on record this year, placing massive strain on the Delhi fire services.
Blasting through the streets of New Delhi has become a common daily affair in the summer of 2024. The Indian capital has been plagued by sweltering heat waves this year, with a record-breaking 49 degrees Celsius reported in early June.
There's no relief, even from the shade sometimes. In the afternoon, I'm drinking 5 to 6 litres of water.
I was feeling a little uneasy in the heat. I've worn a hat to protect my head because it was aching in the heat.
The scorching weather has left the city's fire service stretched to its limit.
In my 32-year-long career with Delhi Fire Services, this has been the hottest year with the most fire calls. We get at least 200 to 250 calls daily.
My Jawan are almost stretched out, and they are not able to sleep, they are not, take the rest. Man has to go inside and inhale the smoke and the heat, and then, you get tired out.
Calls reporting fire have nearly doubled in the city of 20 million, especially from the older parts of Delhi crammed with shops, homes and poor electrical wiring. Experts say strained electrical systems raise the risk of overheating, especially when consumption exceeds the system's capacity.
Depending upon our experiences, more than 70% of causes of fire are electrical origins only.
Firefighters have described having to work in doubly strenuous conditions. Most will work for 24 hours at a stretch before resting, while senior officers work 72 hours straight. With pressure mounting under punishing heat, Delhi Fire Services are implementing change. By August, 350 firefighters in training will add to the department's existing force of around 1,800. The department will also be procuring smaller vehicles that can navigate Delhi's congested roads and even robots to reach hard-to-access areas. An emergency service pushed to its limits in the face of warming summers.
That ends the news segment. Over to you, Tracy.
Thank you, Mary. We'll have sports next after the break.
New Fabuloso multi-purpose cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home with an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso, irresistible fragrance.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
At the PNG LNG project, we are proud of our long-standing partnership with the Kumuls, as they represent the hopes and aspirations of so many Papua New Guineans. Rugby league is more than just a sport. It promotes our shared values of leadership, teamwork, respect, personal integrity, and excellence. Lessons learnt on the pitch carry on throughout life and go beyond serving ourselves.
For more than the life we've known, there is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
For the Capras, Hubner holds up the pass brilliantly, and the Capras, Jesse out to Edric Lee, back on the inside to Dale Doyle.
Welcome back. PNG's representative in athletics at the Olympic Games next month, Leonie Behu, received a huge boost to a preparation this week that she has been accepted to run the 200-meter at the American Track League meet in MC's Tasmania on Saturday, PNG time.
The race will feature a host of top US athletes, many of whom made the finals in their respective events at the US Olympic trials. They include double Olympic gold medalist Delilah Mohammed and another 400-meter hurdler, Anna Cockrell, who finished second at the US trials in the race on June 30th, where Sydney McLaughlin set a new world record. Upon hearing confirmation of her entry, an excited Behu, who is based in Tennessee, said it had been her dream to complete amongst the best, and she is looking forward to her race. Following the recent Oceania Championships, Behu has been training back at her base in Murfreesboro, which is a 3.5-hour road trip from Memphis. She is expected to fly to Paris on July 23rd and meet up with the Team PNG ahead of the opening ceremony on July the 26th. Susan Oreape, TV1 Sports.
Following Sunday's upset win over competition leaders North Devils, the PNG Hunters have vowed to remain focused and stay in the process as the battle for top 8 placing intensifies. With 6 rounds remaining, the Hunters are seated 7 on the competition table and equal 20 points, with Falcon in 6th place and Capra occupying 8th spot.
Hunters have a tough draw towards the back end of the regular season with strong games against Capras, Dolphins, Seagulls, Tigers, and will finish off the regular season with Clydesdales in round 23 at home. Knocking off top team North Devils, especially right at the Dong, sits at the top of all the wins they've had so far this season. Hunters coach Paul Ayton attributed to hanging in there, having a winning mindset and staying in the grind until the end. Ayton said he trusted the boys and the skill level they have which paid off in the end.
Well, the boys had the mindset to win that game, and that's how we won it. Just purely, they first half they just kept going, try for try, back to back, just hanging in there and just having that winning mindset. Even
commenting on Mavoko's decisive goal kick when he nailed the conversion from the touchline to put the final icing on the cake, Ayton said in their last 4-week block they have 2 from 4 so far, which means they have celebrated the win and now have to focus on this weekend against Capras.
Pressure. I was looking at the ball, is it high enough? Is it the angle? Where's he pointing at? No, I think we just all had all faith and trust in him. He does.
While refocus is the mindset for this week, the Hunters had a low-key session on Tuesday just to get through the emotions from the win. Coach expects training to build up and intensify, moving closer to Sunday's clash. On the injury front, Coach Ayton has also revealed Captain Ila Alu is on 11-day protocol from a concuss last week, and center Clint Lama won't be available this week due to injury, while some others also have niggles but should be good before game day.
Yeah, this week we're just letting the boys just we got pretty high on the weekend, so as you can see today was a bit of a low session, a bit of off-field conditioning. The boys are going to enjoy each other's company now, and then tomorrow we'll start picking back up for the weekend. So we'll get a lot more focus as it leads into Sunday.
For the Hunters, it's a must-win situation from here on, regardless of who and where they sit on the ladder. Coach Ayton said Capras always bring a bit of PNG flavor when they come up, which adds a lot of excitement to the game. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
PNG Hunters of back and first choice goalkeeper Jamie Mavoko could be still pinching himself after landing an all-important conversion kick from the touchline to upset favourites and CQ Cup competition leaders North Devils 22-18 last Sunday.
For Mavoko, self-belief and extra effort and time put into his practice to perfect his craft has become part of his daily routine. After Solomon scored the equalizer to make it 18-all right on full time, all eyes and hopes were on Hunter's first-choice kicker, Mavoko, to pull something out of the hat, and he did. Back at training on Tuesday, Mavoko admitted he had the will and confidence to succeed when he took the kick from the touchline to snatch a famous win against the competition leaders.
I think during the year we had a kicking too tough, but after that it's up to us individually. So I think it comes back to practice. Practice go and practice makes perfect. So yeah, of course every game is a big game, so we need to prepare. Like individually we need to prepare. So for me, kicking is a big part of the game too. So I have to do extras kicking after the training. So yeah.
Mavoko said he's always aiming high and working extra hard to perfect his goal-kicking technique, which pays off sometimes, especially in crucial matches.
For me, kicking game is a big part going to the final. So we just need to complete our sets. It comes down not me, but as a team, we all need to do our part. Individually, we go in and just do our part. And it's a team effort. So yeah, I think we all have to do our part.
On the Hunters' run towards the finals and where they are currently ranked on the points ladder, Mavoko is quietly confident the boys can give themselves a chance if they stick to the process and continue to work hard. With his partner in crime, Joshua Lau, back in the fold after injury, the team is in good hands to move forward. The Hunters got Capras at home this weekend before they play Falcons the following week before they go on a bye. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
Spain came from behind to defeat France 2-1 to reach the Euro 2024 final. Lamine Yamal's 21st minute goal made him the youngest scorer at the men's major tournament. Spain will play neither England or the Netherlands in the final. Spain has reached the European Championship final following a 2-1 victory over France, with 16-year-old Yamal becoming the youngest scorer at the men's major tournament. Spain, who is chasing a record 4th European Championship title, will play England or the Netherlands in the final in Berlin on Monday, Australia time. England and the Netherlands play on Thursday. While they remain in the top 8, the Dolphins will be looking to flip their recent form and avoid a third straight lose when they host the Rabbitohs at Cayo Stadium.
Coming into this week's opening round 19 match fresh from a bye, the Dolphins will have to contend with the Barney side, who have bounded back into form in recent weeks off the back of 5 wins on the bounce and have plenty of confidence in the squad. The injury concerns for the Dolphins continue to grow, with hooker Jeremy Marshall-King out for the long term, while backup hooker Kurt Donahue is suspended for 3 matches. In good news, however, try-scoring winger Jack Bostock is set to return after sitting out their last loss due to concussion. However, both sides will be missing some of their biggest stars due to origin duty, with Hemisho Tabuafido and Felice Kafusi selected for Queensland from the Dolphins, and Rabbitohs skipper Cam Murray picked in the New South Wales squad for the decider. The Barnets will also be without fullback Latrell Mitchell, who picked up a foot injury in his last game. However, forward Tevita Tatola and Silivi Avili could be on track for a return. Pengai Jr. starts at prop in Felice Kafusi's absence on origin duty. Josh Kerr and Ray Stone join the bench along with Sean O'Sullivan, who has been recalled for his first game since round 7. Jai Gary returns at fullback, while Michael Chi Kam joins the starting side with Cameron Murray on the Blues duty. Liam LeBlanc is the new face on the bench. Silva Havili is listed among the reserves as he closes in on the return from a calf injury. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Australia's Taekwondo athletics are in the final stages of preparation for the Paris Olympic Games. After a disappointing showing at the Tokyo Games, the team are hopeful of breaking a 24-year medal drought.
Taekwondo team making final preparations for Paris.
Everything's been thinking and living and breathing the Olympics, so definitely feels real now.
Australia hasn't won an Olympic medal in the sport since it was introduced to the Sydney Games in 2000. But the tight-knit team, which includes World Championship bronze medalist Leon Saranovic, is pumping up their chances of making waves in the French capital.
If I'm at my 100% best, not making any mistakes like I've done in the past, like our World Championships, competitions like that, then I know that I can come home with a medal.
At least making the semi-finals is the goal for Australia's most experienced member. Stacey Heimer is eager for her second games after competing in the women's 57-kilogram division in Tokyo.
And that's what I really enjoy most, is like being with all the guys that I train with every day and really just pushing ourselves.
For many athletes of smaller sports, it's not just about physical strain.
I've been living out of my parents' pockets for my entire life, and I probably will keep doing it up until the Games.
So I'm like juggling 3 jobs, studying, competing all at the same time. So it's not easy, but hopefully, if we win an Olympic medal or more, then hopefully the funding goes up for our sport.
A sacrifice worth fighting for.
This ends the sports segment, and now the weather focused. Southern isolated showers and thunderstorm. Port Moresby partly cloudy with mostly fine. Mamase isolated showers and thunderstorms. Ley and Wewak partly cloudy. Madang mostly fine to partly cloudy. New Guinea Islands scattered showers and thunderstorms with areas of rain and possible flooding in some parts of New Britain and Manus. Islands scattered showers and possible thunderstorms. Then morning fog. Mendi, Tari and Wabek cloudy periods with few showers in the afternoon and possible thunderstorms. Ocean focused. Coral Sea seas rather rough with southeast winds of 15 to 25 knots. Bismarck Sea seas rough to rather rough with southeast winds of 15 to 33 knots, reaching 45 knots at times. Coastal water focus. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands.
seas 1.5 to 2.0 meters, reaching 3.0 at times near Cape Vogel, waters of New Britain. Waters of Finchafan through Vitia Strait to CSC Long Island to Karkar Island, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters, reaching 3 to 3.5 meters along gale warning areas. Waters of West New Britain, seas 1.0 to 2.0 meters, rising to 2.5 to 3.5 meters along gale warning areas.
Thank you, Tracy. That's been another edition of TV1 News. Have a pleasant evening. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by BSP, our bank, our people.